Coach, when you have somebody like Franz, who's, at his best, such a high usage player in the offense, how do you go about reintegrating a player like that? You've had to do it several times this season without disrupting what you have going, but still, maximizing his skill set.
Yeah, that's a really good question, Dan. I think you just have to focus on, look back at what we've done when guys have been integrated back into the offense. And, we do have a sample size with this. So being able to go back and look at what we did some of the last year when he came back the first time, I think just being able to look at some of those pieces is very important to do. But then also understand how these guys are playing now with that rhythm that we try to keep it as best as possible.
We saw Wendell pop up on the injury report. How did that come about, and what's his status for tonight?
Yeah, he felt some soreness this afternoon, and he's going to go through a shooting slot and see how he pulls up after that.
You guys have had these, same team 2 games in a row before, but just what is the advantage of it having it at home?
I think it's great. You could take it from the things that you can adjust to that they've done that you do. Obviously, game 1 is very important to get done, but being at home is a great thing, in front of our fans and our crowd, the support that we get that we'll need, in games like this. But then also, looking at trying not to look too forward to the next one, but knowing the adjustments that you can and will need to make, in the game.
How you doing today, Coach?
Good. How are you?
Doing well. With Paolo available and Giannis out, Wendell out, Franz back in, any chance we could see Banchero at the 5 in any lineups? A little more open space tonight?
Well, I would love to tell you that's what we're going to do, but I'm not going to give you the game plan if it happens. You just have to wait and see.
Absolutely. How does the game plan change with, I believe Cam Thomas is available tonight after the signing. How does that kind of throw things off? You obviously have, seen him on the Nets, but not in the context of the Bucks yet.
Yeah, I think when the trades happen and guys get moved, I think it's so important to just understand personnel. We saw that the other night, against Utah. Guys get moved. You see what they're capable of doing. You got to go off of their old film, but just know tendencies, capabilities, and he fits this team and how they've been playing lately very well. Shooting the 3 at a high clip, guys that can just come out and get baskets. I think he fits that to a high level.
Just kind of on that with the backup center and the center rotation. What have you seen from J.I. when you've kind of thrown him in there at the backup center, and how has he kind of made his mark to get into the rotation or use his minutes?
Yeah, I think J.I., when he steps in the game, he turns into just a game changer. First and foremost on the defensive end, the way he's able to cover up mistakes, protect the rim, guard multiple positions. You see some of the block shots he has, just being able to do those activity things. But for us, because the way teams are playing now with the speed and the pace and the small lineups, you're able to switch him, and he's able to guard multiple positions.
How long does it take for a team that has played together in the past to regain it's rhythm and its cohesion now that everybody's healthy?
I wish I could give you a number on that one. I don't think there's a real number. It's more of a fit and a feel. I think somebody gave the stat today that it's been 446 games since that whole lineup has been together and healthy. So I wish I could tell you that there's a number to put on it, but I don't believe there is. It's just going to come over time, and the more reps we can get on the court and the more reps we can get in the film room will be very important for this group.
Everyone good?
Thank you. Appreciate it.